The United States quarter dollar is one of the most recognized and widely circulated coins in the world. But beyond its everyday use as a part of regular currency, some of these quarters hold incredible value. One such quarter is the 1994 quarter dollar, a coin that, while often overlooked by casual observers, has garnered the attention of collectors due to its potential worth, historical context, and the special features that make it stand out in the world of numismatics. You might be surprised to learn that a simple quarter from 1994 could be worth a fortune, even reaching prices as high as $70,000. Let's start by taking a closer look at the physical characteristics of the 1994 quarter dollar. The coin has a standard diameter of 24.3 millimeters and weighs 5.67 grams, which is consistent with most quarters produced during the modern era. The composition of the 1994 quarter dollar consists of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, creating the classic silver-like appearance that we associate with U.S. quarters. While these specifications might seem ordinary, it is the unique qualities of certain 1994 quarters that give them extraordinary value. Most coins in circulation are subject to wear and tear over time. The 1994 quarter dollar, having been minted more than 2 decades ago, would have gone through numerous exchanges, making most of the coins you come across in circulation relatively worn down and only worth face value. But what sets the 1994 quarter apart from others is that certain coins from this year were minted with rare imperfections, making them highly valuable. These imperfections are referred to as minting errors, and they can drastically increase the coin's worth to collectors and investors. A minting error happens when a coin is struck incorrectly during production, resulting in a variety of issues such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or even missing elements in the design. For instance, the 1994 quarter dollar could have been struck with a misalignment that caused the coin to feature an incomplete image or a misplaced date. Such errors are rare and make certain coins extremely valuable. To the untrained eye, these errors might go unnoticed, but for numismatists, these quirks make the coin a highly sought-after prize. The condition of the coin also plays an important role in determining its value. Coins that are well preserved, especially those that have been kept in mint or near mint condition, are considered more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated and show signs of wear. A 1994 quarter dollar that has managed to avoid the usual damage from everyday handling, with clear, sharp details and minimal fading, is considered to be in excellent condition. These coins are far rarer and far more valuable than those that show the typical signs of age. The appeal of the 1994 quarter dollar doesn't just lie in its condition or its potential minting errors, it also has a historical significance. Coins are, after all, tangible pieces of history, and the 1994 quarter dollar was produced during a unique time in American culture and politics. The early 1990s were marked by a period of political change, economic recovery, and technological advancement. The 1994 quarter serves as a representation of this era in American history, a time when the country was adjusting to the end of the Cold War, entering into the digital age, and facing the challenges of the post-Reagan era. For collectors, owning a 1994 quarter dollar is a way of connecting with that moment in history. What is particularly intriguing about the 1994 quarter dollar is that some coins from this year have been found with valuable minting errors, and when paired with excellent preservation, their value skyrockets. In fact, certain 1994 quarters are now being sold for tens of thousands of dollars, thanks to the rarity of the coins and their imperfections. While most of the 1994 quarters are worth no more than 25 cents, collectors have paid as much as $70,000 for a single coin. That's right, $70,000 for a quarter that originally had a face value of just 25 cents. This incredible potential value comes from the rarity of finding a 1994 quarter dollar in exceptional condition or with a significant minting error. As with any valuable collectible, the market for these coins is driven by supply and demand. The fewer coins that are available in top condition or with unique characteristics, the higher the price will be. This creates a perfect storm for collectors looking to invest in rare, high-quality coins. Even those who casually collect coins can be on the lookout for an extraordinary 1994 quarter dollar, and you never know when you might come across one. If you are a coin enthusiast, or even someone who's just beginning to learn about the world of numismatics, the 1994 quarter dollar is a prime example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can hold extraordinary value. Whether you're flipping through your spare change or scouring online auctions, it's important to recognize that rare finds are often hidden in plain sight. And while the 1994 quarter dollar might seem like a typical piece of currency at first, it has the potential to be a true treasure. Some of these coins have sold for as much as $70,000, making it a coin worth paying attention to. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1994 quarter dollar is a testament to the fact that sometimes, the most seemingly mundane items can become incredibly valuable over time. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, the allure of discovering a coin like the 1994 quarter dollar is undeniable. So, next time you encounter a quarter from 1994, take a moment to check its condition and look for any signs of minting errors. You just might be holding a coin that could be worth $70,000. Top 2 1986 quarter dollar stands out for collectors and numismatists. In this video, we're going to explore the intriguing story behind this coin, its historical significance, and most importantly, its incredible value today. First, let's take a look at the design of the 1986 quarter. At the time of its release, it featured the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. This portrait has remained largely unchanged since then, symbolizing the enduring legacy of America's first president. However, the 1986 quarter was part of a unique year for U.S. coinage, as it marked the bicentennial of the Statue of Liberty, an iconic symbol of freedom and democracy. The 1986 quarter came in two different versions, a standard circulation strike and a special proof coin. The proof version was made using a special process to create a mirror-like finish, making it far more desirable to collectors. The regular circulation quarter, while still an essential piece of currency, wasn't as highly prized in terms of value, but it played a critical role in the circulation of coins during the time. So, what makes the 1986 quarter special, and why is it so valuable today? The primary factor that has contributed to its worth is its rarity and the condition it is found in. Like any collectible item, the value of a coin increases dramatically if it is in excellent condition, free of any major scratches, nicks, or wear. A well-preserved 1986 quarter, particularly one that has been graded by professionals, can fetch a price much higher than its face value, but there's more to this coin's value than just its condition. Some 1986 quarters were struck with errors during the minting process. These errors, such as off-center strikes or double dies, are highly coveted by collectors because they are unique and incredibly rare. These error coins are often worth far more than standard 1986 quarters, especially if they are in good condition. For instance, a quarter from 1986 that has been misprinted or has some sort of defect can be worth thousands of dollars depending on the severity of the error. The more unique and rare the error, the higher the value of the coin. As you can imagine, finding an error coin is a thrilling experience for coin enthusiasts, as it provides a tangible piece of history that most people will never encounter. Another significant factor influencing the price of the 1986 quarter is the coin's demand among collectors. The numismatic market can fluctuate, with some coins increasing in value over time due to changes in interest, demand, or scarcity. The 1986 quarter is one of those coins that has consistently held strong appeal for collectors. People who are passionate about American history, coin collecting, or even investing in rare coins are always on the lookout for a 1986 quarter that might have an error or be in exceptional condition. Over time, this growing demand combined with the coin's scarcity has contributed to its escalating value. Now, to answer the big question, how much is a 1986 quarter worth? Well, depending on the specific details of the coin, whether it's an error coin, proof, or in pristine condition, the value can vary quite a bit. For an ordinary circulation quarter, the price is generally low, typically a few dollars. However, for coins that are in excellent condition or have notable errors, their price can soar. But here's the jaw-dropping figure for those of you who may be wondering just how much one of these rare 1986 quarters can go for in the right market conditions. If you're lucky enough to find a coin with a rare error or in perfect condition, it could potentially be worth up to $75,000. Yes, $75,000. So, if you happen to come across a 1986 quarter in your pocket change, it's worth taking a closer look. With the right knowledge and a little bit of luck, you could be holding on to something far more valuable than you ever imagined. Top 3 throughout history, quarters have seen numerous design changes, each representing a different aspect of the nation's heritage. One coin that stands out among the rest is the 1982 quarter. While it may seem like just another year in the long history of U.S. coins, the 1982 quarter has a story worth telling, especially when it comes to its value in today's coin market. If you're a collector or someone with an eye for rare items, this coin could very well be one of the most lucrative finds in your collection. Released in 1982, the quarter dollar featured the classic image of George Washington, created by artist John Flanagan in 1932. This design has been the standard on the U.S. quarter for nearly a century, symbolizing the strength and leadership of the nation's first president. However, unlike earlier years, the 1982 quarter had a particular set of circumstances that makes it a noteworthy coin for collectors. First, let's explore the history behind the coin. In 1982, the U.S. Mint faced a situation where they needed to mint large quantities of quarters due to the growing demand for coinage. That meant massive production of this coin, and while most of these quarters were made to circulate, some unique details began to emerge. For one, a change in the manufacturing process that year led to subtle variations in the coins that were produced. You see, 1982 was the year when the U.S. Mint began using new, more modern technology for producing coins. One of the most important changes was a switch in the metals used to mint coins. Before this year, quarters were made with a copper-nickel blend, but starting in 1982, the mint moved to a more durable, cost-effective combination of copper and nickel, which significantly affected the coin's appearance and texture. However, this change wasn't just about the look or feel of the coin, it also created the conditions for potential errors that would make certain 1982 quarters incredibly valuable. The two types of 1982 quarters that we need to focus on are the regular circulation strikes and the proof coins. While the regular strikes were produced for everyday circulation, the proof coins were specially minted for collectors. These proof coins were crafted with a much higher level of precision and care, creating a coin with a brilliant, mirror-like finish. And as with most collectibles, the rarer and more unique the coin, the more valuable it becomes. One key factor that contributed to the high value of the 1982 quarter was a set of rare error coins that were produced in that year. Due to a misalignment of the die or flaws in the manufacturing process, some 1982 quarters were struck incorrectly. These errors can include doubled dies, where the design appears to have been stamped multiple times, and off-center strikes, where the image is not properly aligned. These types of mistakes are incredibly rare and sought after by collectors because they are unique pieces of American history. When it comes to rare error coins, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for something that has both historical and aesthetic value. A 1982 quarter with one of these errors could be worth far more than its face value. In fact, the price of a high-quality, error-free 1982 quarter in perfect condition can range into the hundreds, but when it comes to certain error coins, the value skyrockets. For instance, a 1982 quarter with a noticeable double die or an off-center strike can be worth thousands of dollars, especially if the coin is graded as being in excellent condition. These unique variations are rare enough that even a single coin can make a significant impact on a collector's portfolio. While the market fluctuates and prices can vary, there's no denying that error coins from 1982 are among the most coveted on the market. Now, let's get to the most exciting part. How much is a 1982 quarter worth? While a regular quarter from 1982 might only be worth a few dollars to a collector looking for specific qualities, error coins from this year can fetch significant amounts of money. In fact, if you happen to find one of the rarest of the rare, a 1982 quarter with a major error, in exceptional condition, and with proof of authenticity, it could be worth up to $77,000. Yes, $77,000. To put that into perspective, that's a huge amount for a coin that was initially worth just 25 cents. But when it comes to rare collectibles, the value doesn't lie in the metal itself or the face value, but in its rarity, condition, and history. The 1982 quarter is a prime example of how an ordinary coin can become extraordinary over time, especially with the right combination of factors. If you're a coin collector, this is a coin you should definitely keep an eye out for. Whether you're scouring your pocket change, visiting local coin shops, or participating in online auctions, knowing what to look for can lead to a very rewarding discovery. You might just stumble upon a coin worth far more than you could have ever imagined. Keep an eye out for those rare error coins, and you could soon be holding a piece of American history worth a fortune. Top 4 1972 quarter stands out for its unique characteristics and the rare circumstances that surround its value today. While most people may overlook a quarter from 1972 as just another standard coin, to a knowledgeable collector, it could be worth far more than its face value. Let's dive into the fascinating world of the 1972 quarter and discover what makes it so special. Released in 1972, the quarter still carried the iconic design featuring the profile of George Washington, created by artist John Flanagan in 1932. This design has remained on U.S. quarters for decades, symbolizing the country's first president and its enduring democratic values. But the 1972 quarter, despite being part of a long line of quarters, holds a special place in numismatic history. Its unique features, production variations, and rare errors make it a coin that any serious collector should have on their radar. In 1972, the U.S. Mint produced a large number of quarters for circulation, and while most of them were minted without any significant issues, a few interesting things happened that would make some of these coins highly desirable. First, let's talk about the production process. The U.S. Mint used the same basic method for striking coins that had been in place for years, but this year was particularly notable for some subtle changes in the minting process that would lead to unexpected variations in the finished products. One of the most notable features of the 1972 quarter is the occurrence of error coins. Error coins are always exciting for collectors because they are rare and often significantly more valuable than their regular counterparts. A slight mistake in the minting process can make a coin truly unique, and in the case of the 1972 quarter, these errors can make all the difference in terms of value. The most common error found in the 1972 quarter is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin is struck multiple times, resulting in a design that appears to be doubled or blurry. In the case of the 1972 quarter, these double die errors can sometimes be found on the obverse, where George Washington's profile appears distorted or doubled. These coins are highly prized among collectors because they are incredibly rare, and the more distinct the doubling effect, the higher the value of the coin. Another error that collectors look for in the 1972 quarter is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not perfectly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to appear off-center. While off-center errors are relatively common, certain examples from 1972 are much rarer, and coins with these types of errors can fetch impressive amounts in the right market. While the 1972 quarter may seem like a simple coin at first glance, its potential for rarity and value becomes apparent when considering these unique errors. The appeal for collectors lies in finding one of these rare examples, especially in good condition. Coins that are free from heavy wear and have well-defined features are far more valuable than those that have been circulated heavily. But what about the value of a 1972 quarter today? How much is this coin worth in today's market, especially when you factor in rare errors in good condition? Well, most standard 1972 quarters in good condition are worth only slightly more than their face value of 25 cents, perhaps a few dollars to a collector who is looking for a common coin. However, the story changes when we look at the coins with special characteristics. For a 1972 quarter with a double die or off-center strike in excellent condition, the value can skyrocket. In fact, the rarest and most sought-after 1972 error coins can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. A coin with a prominent double die error, particularly one that is graded as being in near mint condition, can easily fetch thousands in the marketplace. But there's one particular example of a 1972 quarter, with an error so rare and so distinctive that it's worth a jaw-dropping amount. If you are fortunate enough to come across one of these rare error coins from 1972, in pristine condition with the right type of error, you could be holding a piece of American history worth a staggering $79,000. Yes, $79,000. This is no ordinary quarter, and finding one of these coins is the ultimate goal for any serious coin collector or investor. To put it into perspective, this is a coin that started as just another 25-cent piece of currency but has transformed into a highly valuable collectible thanks to a small mistake during production and the passage of time. That's the beauty of coin collecting. Sometimes a little imperfection or variation can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. If you're a collector or someone interested in numismatics, keeping an eye out for these rare error coins from 1972 could be incredibly rewarding. Whether you find one tucked away in your change or purchase it through an auction, the 1972 quarter is a reminder of how even the smallest details can make a big impact in the world of collecting. Who knows? Your next coin could be worth a small fortune. Top 5 1974 quarter dollar holds a unique place in the world of numismatics. For most people, a 1974 quarter might seem like an ordinary coin. However, for dedicated collectors and coin enthusiasts, it represents more than just a simple 25-cent piece. This coin carries with it a fascinating history, intriguing production quirks, and most importantly, a significant value that makes it highly sought after by collectors around the world. When we talk about coins from the 1970s, it's easy to think of them as just another part of American currency, but the 1974 quarter has special circumstances that contribute to its increasing worth. Let's go back to the early 1970s to understand the backdrop of this coin's creation. The 1974 quarter, like many of its predecessors, features the well-known portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. This iconic image has been gracing the U.S. quarter for decades and remains a symbol of the country's first president and its democratic ideals. However, in 1974, the U.S. Mint was faced with some challenges when it came to producing enough coins for the growing population. With the demand for coinage increasing, large quantities of quarters were produced during this time. Most of these coins were made to be used in daily transactions, circulating throughout the country without much fanfare. But for coin collectors, there was more going on behind the scenes that would eventually drive up the value of the 1974 quarter. One of the key aspects that collectors and numismatists focus on is the rarity and condition of a coin. And in the case of the 1974 quarter, there are several factors that can influence its value, especially when it comes to coins with certain production errors. The 1974 quarter wasn't just struck normally. There were notable errors during the minting process, and these mistakes are often what turn a typical coin into a valuable collectible. Among the most coveted varieties of the 1974 quarter are those with certain minting flaws, particularly the doubled die errors. A doubled die is a type of error where the design of the coin appears to be doubled or misaligned due to a mistake during the engraving process. This error can be found on the obverse of the 1974 quarter, where George Washington's image appears to have a blurred, double appearance. These doubled die coins are highly sought after because they're rare, and a clear example of this error can drastically increase the value of the coin. Another notable error that has been observed in 1974 quarters is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is struck off-center during production, resulting in the design being misaligned. While off-center errors are common in coin production, some 1974 quarters with significant off-center strikes can fetch a good price, particularly when the error is pronounced and the coin is in good condition. The more extreme the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin can become, making these variations highly desirable to collectors. Now, the question everyone wants to know: how much is the 1974 quarter actually worth? While most 1974 quarters in decent condition will still only be worth around their face value of 25 cents, the error varieties hold immense value. For a standard 1974 quarter, the value might only range from a couple of dollars to maybe $20, depending on the condition. But when you start looking at coins with clear and significant errors, particularly a prominent double die or an off-center strike, the price can rise dramatically. If you are fortunate enough to find a 1974 quarter with an obvious and well-defined error in top condition, the value can soar to an incredible amount. The rarest and most pristine examples of these error coins, particularly those with the double die variety, can be worth a whopping $77,000. Yes, $77,000. Imagine finding one of these rare 1974 quarters tucked away in your pocket change. It's incredible to think that a coin worth just 25 cents when it was first minted could now carry such an extraordinary price tag. This highlights the allure of coin collecting and the potential rewards it can offer to those who are patient, knowledgeable, and attentive to the details. So, the next time you find a 1974 quarter, take a closer look. It might just be a regular coin, but with the right eye and a bit of luck, it could be a rare gem worth thousands. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, the 1974 quarter serves as a reminder of how small details and errors in production can turn ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. Keep an eye out for those rare varieties, and who knows, you might be holding a coin worth far more than you ever expected. Top 6. Yet, despite its widespread use, certain quarters have become highly valuable treasures for collectors and investors. Among these, the 1979 quarter stands out as a coin that many people overlook, unaware that it could be worth far more than its face value. So, what makes the 1979 quarter so special, and why has it become a sought-after item in the world of coin collecting? Let's explore the fascinating story behind this coin, how it was produced, and what drives its incredible value today. To begin, let's take a look at the 1979 quarter's design. Just like many of the quarters that came before it, the 1979 quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington, created by John Flanagan. This iconic design, first introduced in 1932, has become synonymous with the U.S. quarter and remains a powerful symbol of the nation's first president. While this design has been consistent for decades, the year 1979 had some unique characteristics that set it apart in the world of coinage. One of the most important things to understand about the 1979 quarter is that it was produced during a time of great change in the U.S. Mint. By the late 1970s, the demand for coins was steadily increasing, and the U.S. Mint had to keep up with the growing need for currency. This meant mass production of quarters to meet the needs of an expanding economy. However, as the mint increased production, subtle variations and mistakes in the minting process started to appear, and it was these variations that would ultimately make certain 1979 quarters highly valuable to collectors. One of the key aspects that contribute to the value of a 1979 quarter today is its rarity. While most 1979 quarters were produced for regular circulation, some of them exhibit unique features or defects that make them particularly rare. These errors in production are what makes certain 1979 quarters so valuable. Error coins are highly prized by collectors because they offer something unusual or distinctive compared to regular coins. The mistakes that occur during the minting process often result in a coin that's one of a kind or extremely rare, and that's exactly what makes them so appealing. One of the most common types of error found in the 1979 quarter is known as the double die variety. A double die occurs when the design of the coin is unintentionally struck more than once, causing a doubling effect. This effect can often be seen on the face of George Washington or other parts of the coin's design, creating a blurry or duplicate appearance. These double die errors are quite rare and, when found, are highly sought after by collectors. The 1979 quarter, in particular, has produced some of the most striking examples of this error, making it a prime target for collectors looking to add valuable pieces to their collection. Another important error that collectors look for in 1979 quarters is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a misaligned design. These off-center strikes can vary in severity, with some being subtle and others being much more extreme. The more pronounced the error, the more valuable the coin tends to be. A 1979 quarter with a significant off-center strike could be worth far more than a typical coin from that year, especially if it's in excellent condition. In addition to these errors, the general condition of the 1979 quarter also plays a huge role in determining its value. As with any collectible, the better the condition of the coin, the higher its price will be. A well-preserved 1979 quarter, especially one with a rare error, could be worth thousands of dollars. However, the value of a 1979 quarter can vary greatly depending on the specific features and quality of the coin. So, how much can a 1979 quarter be worth today? The answer varies depending on the coin's condition, rarity, and any potential errors it might possess. A standard 1979 quarter, in average condition, might only fetch a few dollars above its face value. However, when a 1979 quarter has an error like a double die or off-center strike, its value can increase exponentially. In fact, the most rare and well-preserved examples of these error coins can be worth a staggering amount. For a particularly rare 1979 quarter, with a prominent error and in top condition, collectors are willing to pay incredible amounts. Some of the highest-priced 1979 quarters, particularly those with unique or clear doubling errors, can fetch prices reaching as much as $73,000. Yes, $73,000 for a quarter that was originally worth just 25 cents. This astonishing price tag highlights the incredible potential for value within the world of coin collecting. What was once a humble, everyday piece of currency has transformed into a rare collectible, with some 1979 quarters worth more than most people could ever imagine. It's a testament to how small variations in the minting process, along with a little bit of luck and knowledge, can turn an ordinary coin into a true treasure for coin collectors. This is the kind of discovery that makes the hobby so exciting. Whether you're going through old pocket change, visiting local coin shops, or bidding in online auctions, finding a 1979 quarter with a rare error could be the key to unlocking a small fortune. The beauty of collecting lies in the hunt, and with the 1979 quarter, you might just strike gold. Keep your eyes peeled for those rare error varieties, and you might just find yourself holding onto a coin worth far more than you ever imagined.